5:45, the new Checks Daily. Sandra Dewitt, Business 911, and the Sunshine List came out recently.
But
Yes.
we're talking about public sector wages, right?
Yes. Our weekly column that we do is starting the conversation. We really want to emphasize, we just want to start this conversation, have a chat about it, see where it goes, what happens with it. But what about tying public sector wages to the Consumer Price Index, the CPI? Which is an economic measure. And it's the economic measure that is mostly agreed upon as kind of the most balanced, the most reflective of what's going on in the economy.
Okay.
So the Chamber Network spent much of last year talking about fairness, predictability, and transparency when it came to minimum wage and how increases for minimum wage should be calculated. So we're thinking, can those principles now be added to public sector wages?
Now, is this the Sunshine List that we're talking about for the most part?
We're kind of talking, the Sunshine List is an example. I mean, if you think about it, there are close to 100,000 public civic employees that are making $100,000 plus.
Right.
Right? The Sunshine List in Peterborough totals around $96 million.
Whoa.
If you add it up. And, you know, that's the taxpayer that's paying it. It's not a reflection of worth. It's simply that's the stat. So can we, and there has to be a limit. We can't just continually keep going up and up and up and up. We need to have some sort of limit. And CPI is one way to do it, because then it's controlled, then it's transparent. Your municipality can plan for it responsibly. The province can plan for it responsibly. We do have an $11.7 billion deficit that they want to get rid of by 2017, 2018. So these are just measures that invoke responsibility. And you know what? Peterborough, again, leading the way in this, believe it or not.
Really?
How, you ask?
How, Sandra?
How?
How? The police service, in the third year of their most recent contract, said let's tie that third year increase to 1.5% or CPI. And that's the start. That's where you see the start of it, because then that's a recognition on the part of that as well. You know, the services board, the police association, that something needs to change. That we can't have a sky is the limit philosophy on this.
Now we're almost out of time here. Where can people comment? Because this will be a hot button, issue.
The Peterborough Chamber group of LinkedIn. So it's Peterborough Chamber. Feel free to comment on there if you have a LinkedIn group, and it will be on peterboroughchamber.ca.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sandra.
All right, Business 911, always brought to us by our friends at
Business 911 is brought to you by Nexacom Unlimited Internet. We have what it takes.